Hey guys, Suresh here from TMCB. In today's video, let's talk about what are the things that I learned from day 9 to day 15 in 100 days of code learning in Python. So without much further delay, let's directly get into the topic. Okay, before entering into the topic, I request all of you all to subscribe to my particular channel because I see a lot of people viewing my content, but you are forgetting to subscribe. In order for you to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so that you guys don't miss any of the content that I'm trying to put out. And it also motivates me to give out content in a regular interval of time. Now coming back to the topic, if anyone who's been following me for the past couple of days, you guys know that I was going through Python for Everybody from the University of Michigan, which has been partnered with Coursera. We finished week 6. If you are someone who's new to this particular channel, I first recommend you to go watch those videos, which is from day 1 to day 9, and then you can watch this particular video. For someone who's been following me all this while, we have spoken till week 6. Now I'm going to talk about week 7, and this is the last week. And for people who's already seen my thumbnail, yes, I've successfully completed this particular course, which is of 7 weeks of material. But I personally feel that this is something that can be finished less than a week because I happen to finish this less than 2 weeks. If you're someone who can probably spend anywhere between 4 to 5 hours in a particular day, you can finish it less than a week, say around 4 to 5 days, you should be easily able to finish this particular course. Now, what is on week 7 is, on week 7, you learn about loops and iterations. Loops are of for and while loop in Python, and iterations is nothing but the repetition of the same loops in order to fulfill a particular true or false statement. And you have something called as defined loops, which is nothing but they talk even more in depth about for loops and while loops, and they say for loops is for definite loops and while loops is for indefinite loops. And then there is a small exercise that comes, which is finding the largest number using the for loop or the while loop. You can find it in both, but you need to understand how to go about it. And then you have loop idioms, which is what are the words that has been used in this particular loops and iterations, and what are the words that you're not supposed to use. For example, there are some reserved words in Python that you cannot use it in the form of a variable. You cannot use it to define a function, nor can you use it for loops. Then you have a quiz, which is as usual, you have 10 questions out of which you need to get 8 marks. But in case if you're going through all of these sources and resources and materials, it should be very easy for you to get 10 on 10. And then you have an assignment. They give you a particular question and you need to solve that particular question or problem using the loops, because this week 7 is only about loops and iterations. And then the next thing is they show you how to go about that assignment. Let's say that you couldn't figure out on how to go about that assignment. You have a worked exercise in where Dr. Chucks, who is the professor for this particular course, explains how you can go about solving that problem. And since this is the last week and the last module in this particular course, there is something called a wrap-up, which they sort of say what should you be doing the next thing. And there is something like a post survey, and then there is something like a feedback that's coming in. And as usual, there is an interview, which is by Guido van Rossum, who is the founder of Python. He explains the transition of Python from where it started to where it is right now, and how was he able to do it, and what are the steps or what did he go through in order to make it as what it is right now. And then you have office hours, where Dr. Chucks does vlogging with the other learners who've been learning from Coursera Python in various other countries. And the last thing is keep learning with Michigan Online, which is LMS, a learning management system or a portal where the University of Michigan has a lot of courses which is completely online, where students, irrespective of their geographical locations or place, can enroll in this particular course and develop their knowledge. Now this is when it comes to week 7, and as I said, I've successfully completed the course. What are my take-ons on this course? Yes, I did learn quite a lot of things from this course, but then I'm still not sure about a couple of things. For example, defining a function, returning the function. I still have a lot of confusion in that. I do understand how to define a function and how to return it, but when it is asked in the form of a problem, I sort of stutter in between. Maybe because I'm not working on too many projects. That could be my particular reason, because I'm too much on learning and I'm spending very less time on working on the projects. But when I went through the other people who are learning, I think out of 10, 9 people say that learn from one particular resource and try doing a lot of problems. But the whole point is when I try doing that, right, all the problems are very tough for me. That's why I've been learning from various resources, and learning from various resources also do help me. But I understood that it doesn't make sense only if you learn from various resources. The same thing you need to implement in your problems. So from today onwards, I'm gonna segregate my timeline. Like I'm gonna learn on whatever equal amount of time that I'm investing in my learning, I'm gonna investing on solving problems as well. All this while I used to learn for 4 hours and invest only about 20 to 30 minutes in solving problems. From today, I might invest 2 hours on learning and 2 hours on solving problem, so that I probably would start solving problem in a much better way. I don't know. I'm gonna try that for this particular week or for this particular month on the whole, and let's see how it goes. I will keep you posted as usual on my day-to-day videos. I'll keep you posted. Now, is that the only thing that I learned from day 9 to day 15? Absolutely not. It did take me quite some time in order to solve the problems and re-go and revise and everything. But also, if you guys remember, in one of my previous videos, I have spoken about a platform or a e-learning platform called Guvi, and we spoke till the advanced module there. I think from day 9 to day 11 or day 12, I happened to do this Python for Everybody week 7, and then from day 12 to today, I happen to do the expert module, which I happen to do 3 modules under the expert module, which is one is Lambda, filters and map. I understood only Lambda, didn't understand what filters are and map for. Lambda is nothing but defining a function in a function. Python PIP, which is how to install various packages in Python and how to update them and how to list and check if this particular package is there. For example, like NumPy, I think it's XLRD for opening Excel files, and then you have like MATLAB and a lot of other things, like a lot of other packages. And then how to read an Excel data in Python. For example, you have an Excel sheet in your system and you want to read whatever data is there in this particular Excel sheet. How do you read what is there in a particular cell or what is there in a particular row or a particular column? These are the 3 things that I happen to go from day 12 to day 15. Probably I'm going to continue the same Guvi e-learning platform. I still have another 6 modules to complete, which is Python MySQL, iterators, pickling, Python JSON, and final projects. I have 6 things. Probably I'm going to keep this for the next 6 days, which will complete this particular week if I happen to do it without a fail. This is going to be the goal for my particular week, and I hope I accomplish this and get the certificate for this as well. Doesn't make any sense if I'm only getting certificate. I also have to understand what I'm learning in order to fulfill my goal and achievements and dreams. I'm working towards that as well. But at the end of the day, it always makes sense to have a certificate, right? Because certificates are like a ticket for your theaters or a ticket for your interviews. The only possibility for you to enter an interview is if you have a graduation or a master's or any certificates, technical certificates like these, right? That's the only reason why I'm doing more certification courses, so that my resume is on a particular positive side. Now that's it for today's video. I will meet you on tomorrow's video. Till then, Suraj here signing off from TMCB. Peace.